Hey everyone, before you book a Sky Princess cruise, there are some things you really ought to know. Some good, some not so great. I just got back off a Sky Princess cruise around the Caribbean. I'm going to share with you a little tour of the ship and my honest review and one thing that really surprised me the most about Princess Cruises. My first impressions of the cruise started when we headed in from the Hampton Inn and Suites, where we'd stayed locally in Port Canaveral. Just a few minutes on an airport shuttle, quite smooth, down to Port Canaveral cruise port. It's a big cruise port, but we got off the bus with our baggage, and then we were faced by the most enormous queue outside the terminal building, about 11 a.m. in the morning. So we were there at a relatively early time. They had come off a transatlantic crossing, so I guess things were probably going to take a bit longer. But we did end up queuing outside of the building for about 50 minutes, which wasn't the best start. And you do wonder why we're queuing outside of a building. Surely there's a lot of people there who didn't find standing very easy. Not the best of starts. But once we got inside the building, it was probably 15-20 minutes before we were then on the ship. So we were straight through security. It was incredibly smooth. It was a very friendly welcome. Loyalty tiers, by the way, don't really matter when you're outside that terminal building. Everybody is in the same queue. We were platinum, we're now elite, but it didn't matter at all. Once you're in, it does make a difference. But on this occasion, everybody was getting straight through to the ship. So that was great. So not so great start, but then turned it around pretty quickly. First impressions when we got on the ship, the atrium looked absolutely fantastic, but it did look very busy. Was this going to be a relaxing cruise? Was it going to be too busy, especially being in the Caribbean? Were there going to be any sun loungers? All those things go for your mind when you're first on the ship, as well as the buffet, of course. Which brings me to the food, of course. Now, the buffet has been a contentious issue since COVID ended, with many people saying on many of the ships, it's really not quite the same. And in general, I have found that too. However, on Princess, I found the buffet to be excellent. Had a very good choice, different theme nights every night. Italian, we had French, they were making creme brulee with a whole burner in front of us. They had ice carvings. There was something for everybody in the buffet, and the quality of the food was pretty good. I found the breakfast really good too. It was a nice place to sit. The only downside, I'd say, the service, not what it used to be there. It was okay, but they weren't particularly buzzing around offering drinks and assistance like they have on many of the Princess ships I've been on in the past. But it was good. It was a good offering. We were really pleased, particularly being in the Caribbean. We did use the buffet a lot because we preferred mostly the more casual dining experience. So definitely would recommend that. The cakes they had special days when they brought out special cakes as well, and kind of chocolate buffets too. There was always something going on there. So really, really good offering. And since we've been back on the cruises post-COVID, as good a buffet as we have had, I would say, if not the best actually. Really, really enjoyed that. Now, in terms of the main dining room, we only used that a couple of times, but I have to say service was excellent. The food was excellent. I think it was the Salil dining room we were in. It was a really nice place to sit as well. So that was faultless too. There are a number of additional dining options. Alfredo's we always like is a pizzeria. The Ocean Terrace Sushi Bar, I also really like that. I like seeing the chefs prepare the sushi in front of you, and you can have some real good fun there as well if you like seafood and sushi type dining. And the Crown Grill and Sabatini's, we didn't use them on this occasion, but the people that did, we spoke to, said they were very, very good. Now, the only thing I would say is for the additional dining options on Princess, it is tend to be at the pricier end. So if you're coming from Europe in particular, you've been using MSC or P&O Cruises, the cost of additional dining on Princess is more towards the higher end, I would say, but it is good. It's a good proposition indeed. So plenty of options on board the Sky Princess, that's for sure. And of course, the ever popular International Cafe down in the atrium, which is open 24 hours, and it does things like croissant sandwiches in the morning, sandwiches, even does little pasties in there, lots of cakes, of course, 24 hours a day, and that's all included in your cruise fare as well. So overall, I really loved the food experience on Princess. It was very, very good. Now, were we entertained? Now, I'll be honest, I have a low boredom threshold, but I do find that when I'm on the cruises, generally, I don't get bored. There's always something to do. And was this any different? Well, we had a theatre which held about 1,000 people. For the main shows, they did about 2 shows per evening. They had a magician in there. There was the kind of in-house act as well, rock opera. And we really liked all the shows in there. And unlike on some of the previous Princess cruises, found it pretty easy to get a seat. If you got there about half an hour before, you'd be absolutely fine. And of course, if you're on the Premier package, you've got your fancy reserved seat. You can just rock up at the time that they've told you. So that was really good. Some great shows in the theatre. No problems there at all. Movies under the stars, we loved. We even got to watch Hamilton, the musical, one evening. And being the Caribbean, it was really nice to be able to sit out late at night, warm, with a bit of popcorn, some blankets and those cushions on the sunbeds, and watch the movies under the stars. So we really enjoyed that too. The Kids Club, I have to give a massive shout out to Princess here, because it just seems it doesn't matter whether there's 500 children on the ship or whether there are 5 or 6, they still run the Kids Club just the same. And they did that on this one, and my 2 teenagers really loved it down there. There was only a few of them on this Caribbean cruise, I think about 30, something like 30 children on the ship. They had a fantastic time, really enjoyed some of the activities there. And a big shout out to the staff who really looked after them when they chose to actually do some of the activities down there as well. And the sports court was a really good sports court, good size. You could do a bit of pickleball on there, a little bit of maybe tennis at a push, obviously soccer and basketball as well. And there's a running track, walking track if you want to go do a bit of exercise too, with a really nice view off the ship, because obviously it's up, this one is up on the higher end of the ship, up on, I think it's deck 16, 17, something like that. So that's good too. Princess Live is a kind of mini theatre experience with a cafe next door to a bar where you get waiter service there. There's a lot of trivia in there, a lot of quiz shows. If you like that kind of thing, it's really good fun. We did do a couple in there. We're not big trivia fans ourselves, but we did enjoy the ones we did, and some people absolutely loved it. And they do sometimes do the Voice of the Ocean auditions in there. If you watch The Voice on TV, you'll know that on Princess Cruises they do a parody show of that, where if you are on a Princess Cruise and you want to go, you can go and audition. They're often held in the Princess Live mini theatre, and then they have the big show later in the cruise, which is really popular with the guests, and it was no different on this cruise, and that is still ongoing. So if you fancy becoming a star, there's an opportunity for you there if you can sing a little bit. And you do get some really good people on there as well. Swim pool's really good size, so it was like some of the cruises in the Caribbean where you do feel it's a plunge pool. You could go for a good old swim, never a problem being able to swim in the pools on the Sky Princess. Really nice swimming pool. So overall, we found the entertainment package to be very good. Helps when the sun is shining, of course, and people want to dance in the sunshine. But overall, entertainment activities, lots going on the Sky Princess. The cabin, look, that automatically opens with the medallion. Here we go. This is a balcony cabin. Yay! Double bed. Yes, a queen size. There we go, for 2 more people. It's where the teens go. Behind that is the balcony. I'll show you that in the morning. Big desk area here, table, chair. We got some ornaments coming through. They give you a little room card, so you don't have to use your own cards to keep the lights on and off. Reasonable amount of storage to put your bags in. You've got a room safe, life jackets, more storage up here. So there's plenty of, and there's cases that go under the bed. I'm going to risk a bathroom now. Yeah, nice bath, toilet, and you've got your shower here. And yes, it does have shampoo, body wash and all of that. Yeah, so pretty decent amount of room. It's got a great balcony. This cabin is a deluxe obstructed balcony cabin, but as you can see, the obstruction is not very significant at all. We had a great view. You couldn't look down, but you could certainly look across and around, and we found that really good. And the space, well, it's not the biggest of balconies, but it got 2 chairs and a table on, and that was good enough for us on this cruise. And the reason you might consider a obstructed balcony is, of course, the cost. It is a significant reduction in the standard charge. And if you want to know the cabin number, just drop me a line in the comments. If you like a bit of onboard shopping, then the Princess experience is a fairly decent one. I must admit, some of the prices did take my breath away a little bit, but we had a fair bit of onboard credit, so we were able to do a little bit of shopping ourselves. And if you want to potter a bit of sea day time away in the shops, it's a nice enough experience. But there's also quite a fair few shops in the ports as well, as you'll see coming up. And don't forget to collect your free charm bracelet and your charm of the day. There's also some free prize draws that you can enter, so keep an eye out for those as well. Hooray! Welcome to St. Thomas. You can walk straight off the ship at St. Thomas. It's a really easy walk, and within a few minutes you're going to see the big sign to the Welcome to Havenside Mall, which is right at the port. Has about 50 or 60 shops. If you like diamonds, you're going to love it there. There's shops selling memorabilia as well, and there's even a crock shop too. Mrs. G is in the diamond store. I think I need to get her out. What are you doing?
Haggling.
Don't haggle. Don't haggle. We've been here 5 weeks. There's no haggling left. Look at this. Nice shirt, though. Oh, nice shirt. $15.
Great shirt.
Could have been a bit longer, though.
That's a nice shirt.
You know what I mean?
That's a great shirt, too. Look at that one. That's a cruise lobby shirt, that one.
That is a nice shirt. Yeah, if you, look at these. Do you remember I used to collect these glasses?
Yes.
They're like $3. I might have to have one.
Wow.
If you're ever in St. Thomas Port, this diamond store is amazing. They do lab-grown diamonds as well, which is virtually impossible to tell the difference unless you're a real expert. And you can get a 2-carat diamond for about £800. Now, St. Thomas has a population of about 40,000 people, and it has over 40 beaches as well. It has some great sites like Blackbeard's Castle, Fort Christian, and if you manage to get your way out of Havenside Mall, you will see just round the corner the Skyway tram, which will take you up to Paradise Point. There's also the Children's Museum there, there's a Pirates Museum, there's an amazing bookshop. If you walk another 10-15 minutes round, you'll come to the main centre, which is Charlotte Amalie, population of about 15,000, and there's a bit more there as well. Of course, there's lots of excursions you can do. If you want to go snorkeling or paragliding, swimming with the turtles, you can pretty much do all of that on St. Thomas. So there's loads going on. Or if you just want a glass of rum or a cold soft drink, there's this really cool bar with swings all the way around it, right at the port. Absolutely loved it here. Great atmosphere. And then straight back on the ship. Next up for us was St. Martin. I don't know what more to say about this place. It's simply stunning. Beautiful beach. If you want a beach day on your cruise trip, then this is the place to have it. You walk off into the port where there is quite a few shops around, the usual diamond shops, of course. And from there you can take either a 15-minute walk, maybe 20 minutes, round to the centre of St. Martin. It's pretty hot though, so it does make the walk probably twice as hard as it normally would be. Or you can simply get on the water taxi right at the port for a 5-minute trip across to the main beach area of St. Martin, and that is about $10 return per person. I definitely recommend that. We walked there, but we definitely got the water taxi back. There's some wonderful food there. The people are really friendly and nice. We didn't have any bother there at all. Of course they want to sell you a few things, but they weren't overbearing in any shape or form. The food was lovely. We've got barbecues on along the beach area as well. If you just want to sit on the beach all day, you can. There's a number of bars that will hire you for the day. A couple of sun loungers with a bucket of drinks for about $40 for the day. The water is beautiful. You can go out on jet skis there as well. There's even a kind of floating car. There's all sorts going on. And of course, as usual, you can book onto an excursion if you want a bit more excitement. But for a beach day, St. Martin is really the best. San Juan has a population of over 350,000 people. It's a bit more towny and city as you'd expect than some of the other cruise ports that we stopped at. You could walk straight off into the city. It's a really nice city. It's got a number of UNESCO World Heritage sites. And when we came off, we kind of turned left off the ship and we headed towards the old town area. And what we found was the most amazing Christmas decorations. So we did spend a couple of hours looking at all the Christmas decks. It's got quite a few shops there as well for pottering around, as we say in the UK. And the people were really friendly, and we felt safe at all times in San Juan. For a city, it felt one of the safest cities that I've been to on my world travels. Really like San Juan, definitely go back again, but we only stayed there for a few hours. Mrs. G also loved the fact that there was a Walgreen at the port. We stayed in the cruise port area, but as always there's a lot of excursions that you can do. One that looked particularly exciting for you adventurers out there was the Beast Zipline at Torre Verde Adventure Park. Definitely one for the daredevils in you. And also fly dining, where they hoist you up high in the sky to eat. Grand Turk Cruise Port. I loved Grand Turk so much I made a separate video on it just for you, and it's on the channel. And while I get a moment, guys, if you do enjoy the video, please click like, subscribe if you want to see some more videos. We stayed on Grand Turk. We spent a whole day there from about 9 o'clock in the morning till about 5 p.m. when we left. It's a fabulous beach day out. When you get off the cruise ship, make sure you take some towels with you. There's a swimming pool area that's free with sunbeds, sun lounges for free. Also down on the beach there's sun lounges for free as well. You can swim right by the ship on the beach. You're about 50 meters away from the ship. There's shops in the port there. There's food. There's the largest Margaritaville in the Caribbean. If you want to get adventurous, you can hire a golf cart and go roaming around what is an incredibly small island. I think the perimeter is about 7 miles long. If you want to go and meet the locals, you can go a bit further up the beach. They've got their own area where you do pay for the sun lounges, but the drinks are a lot cheaper up there, and they'll really look after you as well. So I think half the ship did that and the other half stayed in kind of the main area. The swimming pool is absolutely fabulous. There's even a flow rider there as well. We absolutely loved Grand Turk Cruise Port. It's one of my favourites I've ever been to of its type. Did I mention it had a large casino here? Well, it does. And there was a few group slot pulls that were organised as well. And here's a little bit of fun from me.
Mr. G.
One go, I'm going red even. That's
Red
it.
or even?
Red and done. Red even and done. On the roulette. Really busy today. Look at it. It's absolutely packed. It's a huge casino here. Super busy.
A lot of people on slots.
Going in the roulette, guys. I'm just going to go 30 red and even. Let's see what happens. I'm not a big casino player, but we'll give it a go. Look around.
Toby. It's going in. It's going red.
Come on, 17. 17 right now.
It's a nice shirt.
17, you get $100 tip.
Is the last one. What was it? What was it?
What?
What was it?
The overall vibe on the Sky Princess was calm and relaxing, but with a taste of fun as well. And the biggest surprise I had was how easy it was to find a sun lounger. There was never any problem with that at all. Of course, sometimes you had to hunt around a little bit, but there were plenty of sun loungers to go around, which on a Caribbean cruise is not always the case, as many of you seasoned cruisers will know. But the atmosphere was just fantastic, and met some really great people on there too. And there was a good mix of people, from children to older couples, families, and young adults as well. But eventually the time comes when they decide they want to kick you off the ship. Yes, it's known as disembarkation, and in this case it was particularly smooth. The night before, we put our luggage out and they take that to the cruise terminal for us, where we pick it up the next morning, so you can have a nice breakfast and just walk off. If you're particularly keen to get off the ship, you can keep your luggage and self-disembark, normally at about 7 o'clock in the morning. But we put our luggage out, we did it the easy way. It was super smooth. We went and had some breakfast, sat in the lounge, got off at our allotted time, and headed out into the cruise port at Port Canaveral. And all I've got left to say is thanks for watching. Taxi for Maverick Gill. I'll see you on the next one.